Welcome back to Amplify Your Gardens. Today we are going to be discussing warm season and cool season garden crops. The difference between the two is exactly what it sounds like. So the cool season crops like those cooler temperatures, generally between 55 and 75 degrees, and they can handle being out in the cold much better than the warm season crops. Cool season crops generally can go outside and in the garden about a week or two before that last frost, whereas warm season crops really need to wait until after that last frost to get those outside. So the warm season crops like temperatures generally above 60 degrees. 60 degrees and really you only get one season to grow those warm season crops. What's nice about cool season crops is you can get two crops out of them. You can plant those in the spring and then again in the fall. Some of those cool season crops that we are going to be planting out in our own garden here at the laboratory are things like onions. We've got our onions ready. So we've got white and red onions that are going to be going out in the next couple days, couple weeks. And then also things like carrots and radishes. We're going to be popping those in the garden too here in a couple weeks. But then there's other crops as well. Broccoli and cabbage, kohlrabi, other root crops, red beets and potatoes, specifically white, red, and yellow potatoes. All can go out in the next couple of weeks once that frost date is a week or two out. Other things that can go out are things like celery and your leafy greens, so your lettuce, spinach, Brussels sprouts, things of that nature. They really like those cooler temperatures. And actually once the temperatures get too warm, so once they start to hit that 75, 80 degrees, those cool season crops will start to slow down in their growth, and you'll be able to see that. Warm season crops like our tomato here, those are warm season. Things like sweet corn or sunflowers, all of those types of things that we're going to be planting after Mother's Day or right around Mother's Day. All of those types of crops love the heat. They love the warm weather. Tomatoes, bell peppers, hot peppers, cucumbers, zucchini, pumpkins, watermelons, herbs like warm weather as well. We're really waiting until we hit that last frost date when the forecast is looking 60, 70, 80 degrees before we get those plants out in the garden. They don't tolerate the cold, so we want to make sure that we keep them safe inside until the risk of that frost has passed. Here in New Bremen, Ohio, we are in Zone 6A. When we look up what is our last frost date for Zone 6A, the average last frost date is anywhere from April 1st to April 21st. So I mentioned that we're typically going to wait until Mother's Day because we have had a late frost before. And actually earlier this week, we had snow on the ground on April 5th or so. We're going to wait until Mother's Day, at least the 1st of May at the earliest, to get our warm season crops out. But our cool season crops, as soon as it's fit, those will go in the ground maybe next week, but they should be getting in the ground fairly soon. When getting ready to plant your garden, make sure you're looking into your zone, your planting zone, to get those last frost dates. We're in Zone 6A, but if we would go north a little bit, we'd be in a different zone and have a later frost date. If we would go south a little bit, we would be in a different zone as well, and maybe we'd be able to sneak in earlier. But here in New Bremen, we're in Zone 6A, so I encourage you to do a quick Google search and figure out where you are in terms of zones. Every part of the United States has a growing zone that the USDA puts together, and it's very easy to follow. There's a graphic that you can see where the zone lines are. So that's what we have for this week on Amplify Your Garden, and stay tuned because we're going to be in the garden here in just a couple days. Be sure to like and comment on this post, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Facebook.